Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. So today is Elder Scrolls Random Madness. And this is going to be it's something I like to do when I play the Elder Scrolls games. Or really any open world game is I always feel a little bit burdened by choice. And I like to play the games, but if I had all my choice, I'd probably play the same type of character and I'd play it the same way every time. And so the challenge of Elder Scrolls Random Madness is to generate a random character, different class every time, different attributes, and then a randomized task list so that I play the game differently every time. It forces me to do that. And I like to play them in order, so chronologically. So starting with the first Elder Scrolls game today with Arena, which there's a lot less to randomize with this game. There's a lot less you can do in the game, but it always feels like an appropriate start to this. And it'll feel a bit like almost like a show, but it's not intended to be that way. It's legitimately how I play these games. Is I randomize a task every single time I finish another one. So it's what I would normally do. It's how I'd normally play the game, and I just figured I'd share it and actually do it on stream and commentate while I'm doing it. And so I have not randomized anything yet. So I'm going to do that on stream. I created a bunch of wheels. Normally I would do it with like a program called The Hat, which is like just pulls random names out of a hat. But I'm going to use a bit more of a show feel to it to make it a little more fun. And so yeah, I'm playing the CD version of Arena. So Arena came out in 1994 for DOS. And it's mainly it's really heavy combat focused. It's a dungeon crawler, but it lays the foundations of what the Elder Scrolls games would become. And I think it's a fun game. It's probably the least buggy game of any Elder Scrolls game on launch. So you can take that how you want. So let me go ahead and start the game before I randomize anything, just to make sure things are working right. Last stream I had the volume a little too low for me as opposed to the game, so I've kind of turned down the game a little bit to compensate. If it's too low, let me know. And of course, we've had some issues with the stream the last week, where it seems like my ISP is sort of throttling us. Sounds bad, and it is bad. But I've done some settings in OBS to try and keep it stabilized, so we'll see how that works today. Looks like so far it's working good, but that's been the case for the last few streams. So yeah, this opening thing is sort of telling you about the Elder Scrolls world. It's really kind of interesting. The game was created to be like an arena gladiatorial game, so that's the reason it's called Arena. And you were supposed to have like a party of 4 characters. And you were supposed to go from like city to city and compete in arena and like buy weapons, upgrade your people, level them up, and just like sort of compete in different arenas across this world that they created. And they decided to add some additional features like quests that you could do in the cities, and then like quests that maybe like the ruler of that city could do. And they'd give you like a rescue quest, so you go and rescue like a damsel in distress or something from some dungeon that was procedurally generated outside the city. And they found that aspect of the game was actually more fun, the dungeon crawling. And slowly they went away from the arena gladiatorial style game and morphed it into what would become an open world RPG with just one single character. And that's what we ended up with, and that's the genesis for the Elder Scrolls. But they kept the name Arena because they had already like committed to it. So they did all the artwork for the boxes, box art and stuff that you see on the screen there. And that's why it looks so different. You got like 4 characters there, and it says Arena, and it gives you the impression that it's like this 4-character arena gladiator game, and it's actually not. It's a single player RPG dungeon crawler. And I think it's fairly fun. It can be very difficult if you've never played it before, but I think the more you play it, the more you understand some of the challenges, and you kind of go from there. Right, here's the intro. The Emperor is betrayed. Which is Oblivion that they transport him to. It's kind of cool because once you like play the rest of the Elder Scrolls games, you actually make connections here that like they didn't intend. Like they didn't. I don't think Daedra is mentioned at all in this game, but they sort of retcon that a little bit to make it seem like his servants there. You saw the demon is actually a Daedra, and that the Emperor was transported to Oblivion. Alright, now here's where we're going to randomize everything. So I'll keep this music going. Switch over to my character gen randomizer. Boop. So the first thing is we're going to do the race. The music does seem loud. Turn it down a little bit. I like the song, but I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So we got 8 choices for classes in the game. If you played later Elder Scrolls games, you'll see a couple missing. So there's no Imperial and there's no Orc. You could not choose those options in the first 2 Elder Scrolls games. There were no Imperials, and Orcs are enemies only in the game. So we got 8 left, and let me do this. Yeah, okay. So first one is to determine our class. Let's go ahead and spin it. Ooh. Ooh. Barely Dark Elf. Almost Redguard. This can be a Dark Elf. Dunmer, as they would later be called. But I'm going to use the terminology that they use in this game. They didn't start calling him Dunmer yet. Until I think Morrowind. Then they kind of changed that. Oh, my cat's yelling. Alright. So we got that. Now I think we want to go with classes. There are 18 classes in the game. And this sort of determines your difficulty. So there's no difficulty level in the game. But your classes sort of determines how difficult this game's going to be for you. And usually like the warriors and the mages are pretty good. But the thief classes can be very difficult because you don't get magic unless you're in a magic class. So let's see what we get with classes. Come on, mage class, please. Mage. Mage, nice. I was a little bit worried about Nightblade because Nightblade can be tough. So you are very restricted based on your class. It's not like the newer Elder Scrolls games where you can choose to wear armor if you want. You can't. So with a mage, I'll be restricted to only. So I don't think I can wear armor at all. But I do have magic, and I think I can only wield like daggers and staffs or something like that. So, but mages are fun. So it'll be challenging at the beginning, but a little bit easier late game, which I kind of prefer. All right, and the last thing I think we need is what gender. So male or female. Only choices. There is a difference between the two. So like I probably want female since I'm a mage. You get a little bit more. Nope, it's gonna be Male. To be alright. So that kind of works out though. A dark elf mage is not like crazy. They are somewhat compatible. So summing up, we got male, dark elf, mage. That's our character. So the first task is already determined by the game. We can't randomize that. You have to start in the Imperial dungeons. There's no way around that. So once I get out of the dungeons, then I'll probably do the first randomization of a new task. Update that. We start level 1. Okay, so you can generate a class. So what they do is they ask you like 10 weird questions. And they did this with Morrowind as well, but they dropped it for Oblivion. It would be like, you went into the forest with your friend, and your friend, found treasure. Do you split it with your friend, or let your friend have it all, or do you take it all? That kind of thing. And it sort of determines your class over like 10 questions. I never bother with that because if I do that, I'll end up with the same class every time. So instead, selecting mage. What is thy name? My name is Catfish. But I kind of have to be careful with this because how do you do caps? There we go. So I use a key mapper. Oh, this is gonna be a little difficult. Give me an A. Why are you telling me F? It's telling me F because it's remapping the keys. But I forget how you do this. I think it's like I have to hold Alt. Or is it Shift Alt? Oh, it's Control Alt. Okay. You usually don't have to type in this game, so this is... Kaka. No, it's not Kaka. It's not Catfish Ka. It's just gonna be Catfish. We're gonna be Male. Where do you come from? Catfish the Mage. We are from Morrowind, or the Dark Elves. Yes. Mage Catfish, who would call Morrowind, land of the Dark Elves, his home. Races as deadly as the thorns of the black rose which blooms only in thy mother's breast. This is the only game I think that has this weird language thing. It's like thou and like this weird medieval language thing, which gets old later. I'm glad they dropped it for Daggerfall. Thou hast all that is graceful in thy brothers of day. This is the important part. They give you a bit of a clue as to what you should focus on. So the body and mind must be intelligent and willful. So intelligence and willpower are the two attributes important to a mage, is what they're saying. Though they can be wrong with some of the other classes, but I think that's right. Go ye now in peace. It's so weird because this game is all combat, like it's so combat focused. That's the way you level up. Okay, so this is the one part I've refused to randomize, because if I randomize this, I could have a really hard time. And you can do like a re-roll, which I'll probably do here, because this is magic defense is crap. So I want intelligence high. Strength high is nice. Usually you want everything above 50 to start, and willpower being 43 is crap. You can kind of make up for that later on with like with magic items and spells and stuff, but I don't think I want to. So if you just hit like done, you can re-roll. We got a lot more down in the 40s, but we have 15 bonus points at least to give up. Personality's garbage. It doesn't really help you much. Luck being 48, that's about average. Agility being high is nice. This is good for every character, because it 2 hit and 2 defend. So it being a super combat heavy focused game, those two things are like incredibly important. I kind of like this one. I might go with this one and just dump it all into intelligence, because I want spell points. Yes, give me spell points. And health is not bad. That's not too bad. Start with 69 gold. Haha. And yeah, you only get experience by killing enemies in this game. So like there's no skills. This is the only Elder Scrolls game that doesn't have any skills attached to it. So instead of having like a skill like restoration, you don't have any of that. You just can do any of that magic. And killing enemies is how you gain levels. Save stats. I'm not sure why it did that, but it told me to choose a face. So I think there's 10 of them. Yeah, there's 10 of them. So I'll randomize that. Get 10 heads to choose from. I kind of like the guy with the skull on his head. It might be it too. Number 8. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, it's that one. He's kind of cool looking. He looks like a mage. He's got mage-ish appearance. Oh, it skipped the cutscene. What is going on? So you get a vision from this lady who's like guiding you on the main quest, and of course, like any Elder Scrolls game, you can just straight up ignore the main quest. But she pretty much tells you that the Emperor put me in prison, and we need to escape, and she did some magic to sort of transport us to it, well away from the Imperial City, if we can get to it. I guess I can turn the volume back up to... as it gets really low once you actually start playing the game. Go up to 18, I think will be good. And my cat's yelling again. She's in a mood today. We go detail full and save game. Saving game is important. And then I'm going to do one extra thing. And this is like something I didn't figure out until much later, like my 6th playthrough, that you could actually do this. But there's a button you can do to toggle... is it pixelization? I think it's... yep. So like messages get like pixelized and they come up really slowly. So if you turn that off, it makes the game a lot more enjoyable. Alright. So beginning dungeon, Imperial sewers. Let's begin. So there's a key here, which is really convenient to put a key in the dungeon cell for the dungeon cell that you're in. And let's see what we get in the random pile here. Tower shield, which we can't use, and some gold. We do have a dagger, though. And what kind of spells do we have? Do we have any spells? Fire dart and light heal. The light heal is the important one. Alright, so the way that you would go is normally west here, if you want to get to the end. It says the corridors here seem twisted and confusing, but Ria's instructions were to go west, then south to find the shift gate. But I'm not going to do it because there's a lot of treasure in here, and it's a really good safe place to like learn the game and, more importantly, level up. So there's going to be a goblin up here, I think. Yep. Is nothing. Okay, 27 gold, that's nice. Then there should be a hidden secret here. And rats. There's no like in there I gained a level already. 4 bonus points. So you can get like I think 1 to 6 and it's randomly determined, so 4 is a good roll. Should I go all intelligence? I think I should. And my health went down, I think, because you actually gain health. Let me update this so that it's... you do level up quickly at the beginning of the game, so I'll probably level up maybe 2 more times before we leave the sewers. And hey, look at that. We're still stable with the stream. Thank you, Comcast. Or not thank you. Okay, so it's treasure. A belt. So I can wear a belt as a mage. And belt is one of like, I think 8 different type of magic items that you can wear. Ooh, and that one's pretty good. So you see these plus signs here? This is like the enemy's bonus chance to hit. And because I'm not wearing any armor, they get a +8. But if I put the belt on, I go down to +5. So that's really nice. So that's a good quality belt. You could find really good quality items immediately in the game. There's nothing, I don't think, that prevents you from finding things based on like your level, like maybe later Elder Scrolls games are. Alright. Now I might go the way that Ria says, because... Let's go in here where that goblin was. Anything in here? Here's the map, which kind of fills itself out as you explore. This game has no mods in the traditional sense, I guess, or like what you would consider mods now. There's a couple of things like the key mapper I kind of mentioned allows me to use like WSAD, which is nice. That's way better than the arrows that it has you use. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that there's a goblin here, but I can't see him. So I'm going to cast a fire dart. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Let's do it again. Just cast C. Yeah. Nice. Because what they'll do is they'll hammer on me as I'm in the water. Oh shit, I don't have any spell points. I'm gonna have to get over there. So you can't attack if you're in the water. So you can get hammered on if you have to like slowly get out of the water and then attack. See if I can do it. Oh, another one. Magicka does not regenerate over time unless you rest. That would be the standard in Elder Scrolls games until Oblivion changed that. So a lot of people that play Oblivion or Skyrim, if they go back and play Morrowind, that's one of the things about Morrowind that they struggle with, is that your magic doesn't come back unless you rest. And that can be difficult for a magic using character. Go this way because I think there's treasure. I hear goblin. Ooh, treasure. A mark? Okay. That's another one of those items. But I think the difference is that one you can cast a spell with. Yeah. And there's a glitch with this game. And it's an exploit if you use it. And I have no problem using exploits, but if you have an item that casts a spell like that. So if I use this mark, it'll say fire spell at target. You can cancel that by pressing the right mouse key, which cancels the spell. But the game doesn't realize that that was an item and not you using a spell. And so it refunds you the magicka. And you can keep doing that over and over and over again until you have more magicka. And so you can have unlimited magicka if you have a magic item. And you just do that. One thing I do need to watch out for here, and I probably need to save it, is diseases. Rats can give you diseases pretty easily, and having a disease in the first dungeon is not fun. The water also can be very treacherous. If you run out of stamina, which is the red in this game, and you're in the water, then you drown. You're dead. Oh, before I leveled up, I was talking about... So there's no stealth mechanics in the game. So I can't, like, sneak around or anything like and avoid enemies. Which would be cool, but you won't have that. They sort of ambush you in this game. And there's no way around it. They almost spawn on top of you. Got another item. I want to check that out. A torque. So that's another one. That dropped my hit chance or whatever to 4. Scary noises. You do have to use your ears a lot in this game. It kind of tells you what kind of enemies are nearby. And I think they did that intentionally, and it works. I find this one of the most immersive and scary games. What the hell was that? Yeah, I find it one of the most immersive and scary games in the series. Just because of this. Like, it's just so dark and... So I think I want to go here. There's treasure in like this general area, but it's not easy to get to. And let me do a heal. Light heal. Okay, so behind me is a door. But it looks like there isn't one, and that's how you can kind of find secret doors. Trying to use the dagger instead, so I don't use up my magicka. I do have a lot of magicka, but it's still a very heavy game when it comes to melee combat. It's very hard to like separate yourself. Oh. Yeah, they just kind of ambush and sneak up on you. There's not a whole lot you can do. Level 3. And I got 5. Okay, so I have a fair bit of intelligence now. I think I might start pouring it into agility since I want to lower this, or I want to increase these two numbers. Okay. Can I do it twice? No. It's either that or go up in endurance to get more health. I think agility's the way to go there. Give me a boost to that. Level 3. Down here, I think. The game definitely rewards exploration, at least early on with this dungeon. Oop. Can I hit him? Nothing usable. No treasure. Secret door again. Or at least I thought there was one. Oh, okay, it's over here. And there we go, treasure room. Mace, longsword. So I can't wield those, but I can sell them. Crystal. I was hoping to find a staff or something like that. So everything in red you can't use. And even though this is in blue, it signifies it's enchanted. Which is good, because it'll sell for more, but I can't wield it. I do have a staff, so I think a staff does more damage. So we're going to do that. And then let's equip the bracelet. So that drops us down to 2, and then a crystal I think will be a... You do have to go and identify them at the Mages Guild. But simply by using them, you can figure out at least what they do. So crystal. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, let's save. Because that's really nice to have this early. Is light, just so you can see better. Beautiful. That's very fortunate. I love me some light. Yeah, let's get out of here. And I think that's probably the biggest treasure room. I think there's another one. Now that I can see. I didn't mention the mechanic for swinging weapons, so it's very much like Ultima Underground. If you've ever played the Ultima Underground, you hold the right mouse button down, then you swing it side to side based on which way you're moving the mouse. And it does different attacks. And the different attacks do have some different like chances to hit. I think even based on enemy it might. Maybe certain weapons do more damage or certain swing types do more damage. And I think some of them are quicker than others. I usually don't bother with it. I kind of just go real fast and just... Alright, as soon as I jump over here, there's going to be mice, I think. Nope. You're goblins, though. Goblin. Ooh. Nothing over here. Oh, I've been here, I think. Yeah, I can see him coming because of the light. That's so much better. Treasure. Round shield. I hate that boom 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 noise. So the game is only capable of playing one sound effect at a time. And when it plays that boom boom, which is like the sort of atmospheric noise that they play from time to time, you can't hear the enemies. And sometimes they'll be hammering on you and you don't even realize they're there. Okay, decent amount of gold, which I'm going to need to spend on spells once we get to town. There's that boom 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 noise again. I hate it. And yeah, I'm kind of exploring this whole dungeon at least a good bit because I want to, mainly I want to kill enemies because it helps you level up. It's nice to have a good few level ups before you, Dang, he hit me hard. Oh, they're hitting me hard too. Light heal? Smack a goblin. So far this is going really well. I'm surprised I didn't get a disease or anything yet. Oh, this could be trouble. Alright, maybe it's time to exit this place. Did it go that way? No. I hear mice. Rats. ROUSs. The mice are hard to see because I think they're like almost the same color as the ground. Oh, no, I'm diseased. Dang. Depending on what the disease is. You have Red Death. What is Red Death? Because you can get killed by a disease like real quick. Oh, it's costly to get them cured too. Definitely need to get out of here. Maybe I should go health. Actually, I'm gonna go willpower. I don't really need it now, but I will. And so I'm starting to invest in it. So I don't want to rest, because if I do that, I might die. Alright, let's go. Please not be nighttime. Okay. Where are we at? Firewatch, you have Red Death. Alright, what I want to know... You. Where is... nearest temple? You should put it on my map. Conclave of Mercy right there. Yeah, so the shift gate transported me immediately to Morrowind. Let's go get cured. 143 gold. Oh, I should have that. Yeah. Alright, we're healed. I have all those saves there with like appropriate names. So I got like dungeon start and 3 different dungeon saves, which will just kind of cycle among them, and then a couple different town ones, and then explorers like if I'm outside of town, and then I have one extra empty one, and then one before I end the game, so that this is the one I would load when I start the game every day. Yeah, so the music's so much louder outside dungeons. Oh, I need to update my level. So we're level 4 now, which is really good. That's kind of what I was aiming for. And now we need a random task, since I'm out of the dungeon. So let's switch over to the random task. Turn this down for a little bit. So there are not as many things you can do in this game as there are in... There are no factions in Arena. There are no... everything is sort of like randomly generated, right? So on my wheel here, I got the main quest. I got a random dungeon, so those are outside this town wall. So we're in Firewatch Morrowind now. That's our location. So if I go outside the town walls and look around, I should find some random dungeons. There's miscellaneous quests, and they can be either given to you from or innkeepers, and they're usually like, hey, I need you to take this package to somebody else in town, and you get like a meager reward. But if you do enough of those, or if your level's high enough, they'll tell you to go to the castle, where the king or queen can give you a much more sophisticated quest, usually a dungeon crawling quest to rescue or kill a monster or something like that, and you get a lot more money. So those are miscellaneous quests, and then we have artifact quests, and those are like your Daedric artifact quests. They're not called that in this game, but once you get to a certain level, usually like maybe like level 8 or something like that, if you ask for rumors, you'll get something that says, hey, so-and-so has a map to a special artifact. You can only have one artifact at a time, though, but that's a long, sort of tedious quest where you have to do a dungeon dive just to get a map, to then go to another dungeon to then get the item itself. And once you have that item, you can only have one artifact, so that you can't get another artifact quest if you have an artifact in your possession. And then there's Change Town City, so that means that we would leave Firewatch, where we're at now, and go somewhere else. So those are the only options. Those are the only things you can really do in the game. And once we get to Daggerfall, this is going to be a little bit more intricate. But if I get Change Town City, then I have another wheel where we randomize which town we go to. So let's do the first randomization. See what we get. It's supposed to have sound to it, but I haven't been hearing it. Random dungeon. See if that all fits on there. No, I gotta put a space. Do that. And yeah, this is how I play the game. This randomizing what I do. I find it really fun. Once I finish the main quest, though, then we move on to the next game, so. If you're rooting for me to play Daggerfall, then you'd want the wheel to land on main quest as fast as possible. Although I'm not, because our character is a bit weak. So random dungeon is good. I can't believe it's already been in like 50 minutes. I guess I kind of took my time there. I'm not really speed running the game, so just kind of enjoying it. Alright, so I think I'm going to do what I call housekeeping. So this isn't part of like randomization, but it's sort of... I got some stuff to sell. I got some things to buy. So certainly want to find the Mages Guild. They say that's west of here. Where is the nearest store? Southwest of here. So everything seems to be the southwest. And I wish it wasn't snowing, because you'd be able to see much more. So you play the game long enough, you'll figure out that like the building color sort of determines. So this like bluish color is a store. I could sell some of those things I couldn't equip. Going back a little bit. I'm trying to find a sweet spot for arena here. Like that. Could turn it down here, but this is like super sensitive. So if I press this button here, it'll go from like 100 to nothing. See? And so I can't like, it's really... And I think it's because of the way I have the DOSBox set up. So it's 0 or a 100. Let's sell some stuff, so I don't need this. 33 gold for that. Round shield, 15 gold. It's mainly the enchanted items that'll sell for some good money. Like this one, 236. Steel longsword, 11. 7 gold for a mace. Yeah, this is kind of paltry. And I liked all the magic items, so I don't want to sell those. But what do you have? So when you look at what he has, it restricts you to what you can equip. Usually. Silver Staff of Strength. I got the money for it. Mithril Dagger would be really good too. I think I might go for the Mithril Dagger. Because it weighs less. Well... So daggers break really quick if they're not like of a good quality. So I figured the Mithril Dagger would last longer. It's only 50 gold. I do need the extra money to buy some spells, like a shield spell or something. So let's go with that. Yeah, I get that. I can always come back for the Staff of Strength. Alright, Mage's Guild. That's what I need now. So let's go. Where is the Mage's Guild? North. Is that the same store? Bargain Equipment. So if you right click them, it'll tell you the name, but it'll also add it to the map. And so usually, as I'm kind of going through a town, I will put them on the map. Here we go, Mage's Guild right here. I could detect the magic, but I'm not going to do that because that costs money. Spellmaker is really good, but really what I just need is a... How much are, like, cure diseases? 100? It's probably cheaper just to buy the spell. Levitate, stamina, light, heal. We don't need light right now since we have the item. Invisibility is really nice later on. Shield. This is... yeah, this is the big one. And this one's not as good as one we can make later, but I don't have the money. Buy this spell. And then I want to wield my dagger. Oh, you know what? Let's get some potions. Potions of healing are 50. I can get a few of those. Or I can get restore power and just heal myself. But with the exploit, I kind of have unlimited magic, so I'm leaning towards... Let me get a cure disease. Because if I get a disease in this random dungeon, then it's going to be a pain in the ass. You can steal from the shops, I don't know if you saw that, but my character's not going to be good at that as a mage. And the guards will come and they'll kick my ass. I'm trying to avoid getting my ass kicked early. Alright, you gotta be a little bit smart. Alright, how do you get out of here? Northeast. Random dungeon's good though. That's like low stakes. I'll have like leveled enemies. And I can just exit if I run into trouble. Trouble's finding one. So usually just kind of walk in a random direction and then take a look at the map. So I'll walk like northeast for a little bit. And then take a look at the map. And you look for a red dot. Yeah, there we go. So there's one all the way around that lake. Any others? Yeah, okay. So we'll go for that one. It's gonna have to go around the lake to the north. Could swim it, but I'm not going to. Get stuck on a tree. The world is actually huge. You can keep walking forever. But the problem is you'll remain still in the Firewatch Morrowind area, so they don't connect to other cities. So even if you walk for days, it's not going to get you anywhere. In Daggerfall, on the other hand, you can walk the not a ginormous map to get to a different place. The world is connected. Alright, dungeon start. Where's that light spell? It's a crystal, right? Yep. Hold on a second. Just want to make sure the stream is working alright, which it seems to be. Twitch is actually telling me unstable, but been watching it and it looks okay. Okay, let's go this way. And yeah, the game gets super quiet. Oh, orcs. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to talk about in this game. So, like, resting. So you can click the campfire button and rest at any time. But if you rest on the ground floor like this, you'll get attacked by enemies. So it'll say, like, your rest was interrupted or something like that. But if you go anywhere, like, on top of something, like a table like this, and then rest, you're good. You won't get hit with that. So you can rest until fully healed. It's like a really important thing to know in the game because it allows you to escape random encounters that way. Sometimes you want random encounters though. And this lady will talk to you when you sleep sometimes.
Legend has it that a great worm drove the dwarves from their home in the Dragon's Teeth and took the lair for itself. I only wish I knew the exact location. Perhaps there are sages or scholars who would know of this place. Somewhere in its dank depths lies the first piece of the Staff of Chaos. I wish you well. I do not think Thar knows of your escape, but I can do little else in this form. I have tried to obscure your identity with a spell, but I do not know how well it will hide you. Take care, for Thar may be searching. Go forth with the blessings of the true Emperor, and myself.
Right, so she's telling you about the Staff of Chaos or whatever, and that's like split up into 8 pieces, and you have to go to these dungeons to get to them, and that's the main quest, which of course you can completely ignore if you want. The main quest dungeons can be pretty huge and difficult. So if you're just getting used to the game, it's a pretty good idea to just do like maybe the random dungeons that I'm doing. So it's really good that I got this. The randomizer gave me a bit of a break. So the other thing about this game is that there's like persistence with the memory when it comes to treasure piles. And so you can significantly cheese the game because random piles of treasure generate every single time you enter a dungeon. And they will continue to accumulate as long as you remain in that dungeon. So going up and down the steps a bunch of times will just make the treasure piles bigger. And I don't have any problem using that exploit. So if I do this, every single time it's just increasing treasure piles, and you'll see that in a second. Oh, orc. I cast that shield spell, so that's really going to help me. Ooh, a buckler. I don't think I can wield a buckler as a mage, can I? Oh, I can. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, so here's a treasure pile, which would normally have like one type of treasure, but this is going to have a lot. And so, certainly at the beginning of the game, I have no problem using that exploit to get some extra treasures. There's some more. I'm probably going to run out of space, though. There is something that's like a mechanic in the game that, like, when you click on treasure piles, it increases the chance of you getting attacked. But they're just goblins, so they're just giving me experience, which is exactly what I want. Some cheap experience. The only way to level up is to kill stuff. At least to my knowledge. I think maybe you can get some experience doing quests. But I haven't confirmed that. There's a guy that frequents like the Discord for like the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. And he is incredibly knowledgeable about the game. Perhaps suspiciously knowledgeable. Like maybe he had a part in it. Either way, he loves the game and knows a lot more about the mechanics than I think I've seen anybody. A lot of plate armor. Ooh, a dude. These guys can give you trouble. And he hit me pretty good. So you get a lot of leather armor. And now we're out of... We're out of space. Oh, and I can feel it too. I'm gonna drop some shit then. Yeah, the leather is not gonna sell for much. Get rid of that. I don't need all these staffs. Condition new, condition slightly used. Get rid of that one. These aren't gonna sell for anything. That broadsword is enchanted, so that's gonna sell for some good stuff. And then plate armor at least sells for some. Round shields, I can get rid of those. Still feel like my character's encumbered. I feel slow. I'm paralyzed. I didn't know that lizard men can paralyze you. Shit. He's behind me, whacking at me. So, shield? I'm gonna have to keep shielding myself until I'm free. Come on. Still paralyzed. There we go. You bastard. The lizard man has nothing useful. If I didn't have shield, I would have been in trouble. I'm pretty sure he would have killed me. Is this the top level? No. I still feel like my character's slow, and I'm not sure why. Oh, that's where I dropped all that shit. Alright. The one thing that's dangerous about doing that is, I might need to restart the game occasionally, is it can get bogged down with memory, and maybe that's why I'm moving slow. There's also this weird phenomenon where, like, the world stretches the higher and lower you go in a dungeon. So, like, look how weird, like, the doors are. They're so huge. Definitely getting money. Money's good. It's not much up here, though. I think we're done with this place. Is that another mark? Can get rid of this. switch to this and see what that is. You can only equip one of each item at a time. Success. I'm a non-target, so that's like, it's not invisibility, I don't think. I think it's like sanctuary, I think it's called. It's good to have, especially when you're just trying to get out of a place. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, and there's a goblin. Hold on, goblin. I'm checking my inventory. Wait just one moment. This torque is better than this torque. More than one. I feel like longbows are never enchanted. Yeah. You never know, though. Oh, another goblin. Two of them. Oh, it's just a closet. How do you get out of here? What's the... southwest? Oh, goblins. Yeah, I gotta take it. You never know if it's enchanted. I think that's it for this place. Or is there something down this way? Oh, there's treasure. A bracelet. A flail. Yeah, the UI is a little clunky, as to be expected with a game of this age. Actually, is one of the main reasons I can't stand playing the Ultima games. I would actually probably highly enjoy them if they were... somebody made like a... I guess it'd be like a remix or remaster of it. You don't have to change the game, I just want a better user interface. It does so much for the game if you can just properly manage your inventory better. Alright, bracelets. This one's better than this one, significantly. So now I got minuses. So that's really good, even though I don't have any armor. My items are helping me out. Oh, it's nighttime. There's Dagath or whatever, the volcano. Save game, explore. Time for new random task. Switch over to the random madness. Did I gain a level? No. I don't think I gained a level. New task, please. It looks like another random dungeon. How about that?
Random dungeon.
Alrighty then. We'll just find another one. I kind of want to go to the shops first. So I think I'll do that. Do a bit of housekeeping. Let's go back to Firewatch. You can get attacked in town, so that's gotta watch out for that a little bit. Shops won't be open, so let's go to the inn. Sleep until the shops open up. Alright, what I'm going to do is restart the game, just because the longer you play the game, the more likely some weird shit can happen. Especially if you're cheesing the game a little bit like I was, so. Do a bit of a restart. I always like this song too. Alright, let's go. I might be able to afford that staff now if I sell this shit. So where was that bargain equipment store? And then hit up the Mages Guild maybe. Apparently I need to get something, I need to get like potions of free action or something so that I can not get paralyzed again. Ooh, 1,125 Dwarven Pauldron. Let's get rid of the cheapo dagger. 1 gold. Broadsword, 382. I don't need that bracelet anymore, and I don't need this torque anymore. You still have the staff. He does. Yeah, I'll take it. And I'll sell the other one. Let's go to armor. Okay. If he had like an enchanted buckler or something, I would take that. There's another store. What do you got? You got anything good? Staff of fire resistance. No, nothing. Mithril dagger is used. Could I buy another one? Does he actually sell more than one of them? Because I would buy like 3 of those. He does. Yeah, I'll just buy a new one. I'll buy 2 of them. Oh, he doesn't have 2 of them now. Which one's the used one? top one. Alright. If I leave and come back, does he get another Mithril Dagger? He does. Yeah, having 2 of those is pretty nice. I'll take that. To the Mages Guild. North. I'm going the wrong way. My character still does feel slow. It's weird. Let's go buy potions. Free action is 150. What about the spell? Free action 520. Yeah, I'll just cast the spell. Open. Open's pretty good. Sanctuary, Fireball. Pass wall. I will eventually need that. The ones down here are the ones that you really want, though. Shalador's Mirror. That's really good for late game. Lightning. How much would it be for me to do, like, Spellmaker? Spell Absorption, Spell Reflection. I really don't need that stuff yet. I think maybe Potions of Restore Power. Give me like 25 of them. Do I have to hold Alt to get 20? Why can't I type numbers? There we go. 25 of them. I think my character's light again. I don't know how that happened. Alright. Now I can go find another random dungeon. That last one was pretty small. Let's go west this time. Is that the one I went to? Yeah, I think that's the one I went to. Right next to the lake. Yeah. Go west. And there's one in the middle of the lake. Alright, taking a swim. I hear a ghoul, and that's not good. Ghouls can kick my ass. What's my status? Shielded. Okay. Dungeon start. There he is. What? Oh, I'm in trouble. Do I kill him with magic? It's not doing anything to him. It's a good thing he's getting stuck on the door. Man, these potions that restore power don't do shit. There we go. And I got a level of experience. Nice. Oof. I knew that was going to be tough. Maybe we need more freaking spell points. Can never get enough of them. Phew. Did he have anything? That's level 5, right? Yep. Updated. If there's another one of those guys, I'm in trouble. Am I still shielded? No. Shield really didn't do much, did it? I guess I could do a rest. 19 hours in a cemetery. Or in a crypt or something like that. So you can either pick locks or you can just bash the doors open. I think you might get some experience for for actually picking a lock. But it's minuscule. So that was really small, but that's another task down. Spin the wheel again. Artifact quest. I don't think I can get an artifact quest this early. I'll tell you what, I'll try. Because it'd be nice to have one at level 5. But usually you can't get the rumors for them until you're a little bit higher level. I will give it a try. Why is this messed up? Need to fix that. How did that get messed up? There we go. So when you go into town, time is it? 6 in the morning? If there's people around. Okay, so I think you would just go rumors and then you go general. And you just... Yeah, it's not work rumors. It's general rumors. And some people just won't give you the time of day. Here we go. We do have an artifact quest. You know who Finaster was, don't you? He was a dark elf like yourself with a marvelous ring that allowed him invulnerability to magic and poison. Rumor is there's a gentleman in the Devil's Mug, that's southwest of here, who says he knows how to get to this ring. He's in it for the money, make no mistake. You want his information, you better have gold. I don't know why I have a racing helmet on. Hold on a second. There we go. I must have pressed the button for racing helmet. So yeah, this is an artifact quest. This is how they start. I don't know how much money you need though. That could be a problem. How much money do I have? 2,300. Is that enough? It's a Devil's Mug, I think. That was southwest of here. So let's go. Let's find the place first. Where is in Devil's Mug? Southwest, just like the other person said. Okay. Dirty Cup. You know what? We do have some stuff to sell, right? This should help a little bit. There it is, Devil's Mug. So I've been there before. Innkeeper looks at you doubtfully and then signals to a young man seated at the far end of the bar. Good to meet you, Catfish. I go by the name of Shalimar. If you want to find the lost ring of Finaster, it's not lost at all. You see, there's a map. A mere 860 gold. Well, is it a deal? Yes. He was killed by the wharf rats for his ring. It's true, he was buried somewhere in the forest of Elborn, and the ring has ever since been stored in one of their hundreds of underground headquarters. Even should the ring be taken by thieves, a charm has been cast on it, so eventually returned to one of the rat sanctuaries. Best place to hide the map of the ring's most recent resting place was in the place called the Labyrinth of Jaegerton in the Somerset Isle. Alright. I didn't think I'd get an artifact quest this early. Totally save. So that should have added that to my map. Yep, right here. Labyrinth of Jaegert. So pretty much I need to get to the bottom of this dungeon where there's a chest that has the map to the artifact in question. And this is going to be tough. This is most definitely going to be the toughest thing I've done so far. We want to do dungeon start. Crystal. Right, now, when it comes to these dungeons, you have your entrance place, and there are doors usually directly north, east, west, or south. So I'm going to go north. And immediately get attacked. By a thief, which makes sense based on what they had said. Okay, so this is the end wall, so I need to go south. Jump. It's really just about getting to that bottom part of the dungeon. So there's no doors to the... I was wrong. So the doors must be either this way or this way. Those are the only options. And I don't think it's this way. The one way I didn't go, so east. Treasure. Mithril helmet. And immediately get attacked. Ooh. Take the buckler. My enchanted. Shield first. I do have that other mark, and it's tempting to use this. So that one's broken. I'll also just drop it. How much damage does this do? 1 to 8 damage, 4 to 9 damage. Might be worth it using the dagger instead of the staff. Oops, I missed the jump. Another crystal. Yeah, every time I get treasure, I get attacked. Take the buckler, it might be enchanted. It's like right here. It's just a freaking maze to get to. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to do this to increase the treasure piles a little bit. Save. Take a look at the map. So we got east, west, north, south. To find a door. North is not going to be the right way. Let's try south. Might not be the right way either. Yeah, these are like really skinny dungeons. Usually they're big. They like have a sort of square orientation to them where you have like a door down here, a door down here, and a door here. But this one's just like 2 doors, so we'll go east. Did I get stuck on something? Oh yes, yes I did. It's a night blade. Wrong way. It's gonna be west. Thing is, I didn't see a way of going west. West. Dead end. The door. To a big room that has no out. North. Orcs. I think it's further this way, which sucks. There it is. Up, down a couple times. I never did find a treasure pile on that floor though. Dungeon 2. So I'm thinking it's on the 3rd or 4th floor, and then we're on the 3rd floor now. Screw that guy. Oh, he's casting spells at me. Run away. We're gonna have to go back. It's a dead end. Damn. Looks like he's gone now. We need a potion? Drink random potion? Sure, why not? Oh, it's a levitating potion. Alright, now we're on the last floor. So the quest item is on this floor. It's usually in a room. The bobbing is annoying. This actually might be useful like this, though. Oh, we got some stuff. An amulet, longsword. We can get rid of some of these bucklers. I don't need the tower shield. Longsword's enchanted, so that'll sell well. What's this crystal do? 13 charges left. A bracelet increases speed. Amulet helps though. Any other treasure here? Ooh, I got stuck. It's nice to be able to levitate well. There's all these little canals and stuff, and it could be down one of those, and oh, skeleton. Not there. Did we check this door? Yep, there it is. I think right there. You found the map that leads to the Ring of Finaster, somewhere in the province of Valenwood. Valenwood. I found the map. Okay. Let's grab the location. Save. And we stopped bobbing. Okay. We must get out of this place. West, southwest. Or west, southeast. And north. Okay, now this place was a really long way of getting around this place. So I gotta go south, west, northwest, south. Okay. I'll have to check the map a few times. Oh, I forgot I wasn't floating. Then west, then north. And in there, go down this hallway to the south. That ring is going to be really useful, though, when I find it. Wait, do I go down this way? No, I gotta go north and around. Next floor. This one was also convoluted. So I gotta go around this way, then east, jump over the river, east, down, east, up, east, okay. Oh. Dagger might be enchanted. Never know. Ooh, a big bag of treats. What do we got? This dagger's garbage. 3 enchanted longswords. A mark that I'm not sure I know what that does. I don't know what that one does. Is this a new bracelet? No. A new belt. And this one's better than this one. How was this one? 15 to strength. Strength is nice. I mean, it helps me carry more shit. Helps me do more damage. But I think the -5 to the armor class is better. I'm thinking of going with keeping that. This will sell for a lot of money, though. Okay. It scared me. I thought it was an enemy. Alright, so I need to go north from here. This way. This. Jump the river. How did my light spell go out? I didn't even test these. It's a mark of light, too. A lot of checking the map. Alright, last floor to go up here. I gotta go west, but it's a convoluted way of getting there. South. Down that canal. Exit the canal, go northeast. Down the canal. Goblin. Okay. There's more than one. Oh, I gained a level. Goodness gracious. Let's do that so I can get +4s, and then let's give me more spell points. Level 6. We escaped. So now all we gotta go is back to Valenwood and now go to this dungeon where the actual artifact is. And then basically the same thing. It's not the same dungeon, but I gotta find my way to the bottom. And every way I go is a dead end. Okay, west. That was the wrong way to go, but it was kind of like the only way to go. I think I'm gonna turn around and go south. Can I? No. How about up here? Some tough luck with some of these dungeons. They really block you from being able to go those cardinal directions. This looks like it's going to be east. I want to go east and it's preventing me. Yeah, where I want to go is like here. So I need to go up. There we go. Go up and down a couple times. I should restart the game though. It could freak out on me. Is that treasure pile? Four enchanted long swords. Let's find out what some of these other marks are. Another belt. I think I can probably drop this one. Hate to jinx it, but so far the stream seems to be working. That's something. Especially since we've had some bad weather today. Okay. Can't go that way. Am I shielded? No. Now I am. There we go. Okay, so what is this? Level 3? I could really cheese this right now. So there's a dungeon pile like right here, and then that. If I keep going up and down the steps, it'll just keep respawning. I'm not going to do that, though. That's a little bit too much. So this is level 3, I think. I think I heard somebody open the door. Oh, and it might have been him. You know what? I'm going this way. Sometimes you just have a feeling, and that feeling is wrong. Okay, go back to that game. How much is too much cheese? I don't know. I'm lactose intolerant, so it doesn't usually take too much. Cheesy. Treasure piles. Another bracelet. I'm getting a bit too much stuff now. I'm gonna get encumbered. Bracelet. Bracelet 10 to speed. Bracelet 10 to endurance. Endurance really only helps you when you level up. What does this do? 20 to luck. That's tempting. I mean, luck is good. That's plus 20 to everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have that. I like being lucky. I keep going around the same thing. Okay. Somebody's casting spells at me. Uh-oh, he's whacking me pretty good. Okay. What does this do? Success. What was success? I'm a non-target. Can I heal myself? Uh-oh, enemies. Shield? Can I do a shield? Thank you. This lady's hitting me with a flail. Stop blocking me. So what does this mark do? So that was some cheese there. Okay. Now I need this crystal, because this crystal gives me light. I really should go and identify all those now that I have some money. Save that as Dungeon 3, and let's continue. So where do I need to go? East or west? Let's go east. No, I think that was the wrong way. Is this level 4? I didn't even think about that. Because if it's level 4, I'm not looking for the exit. I'm looking for a room. And apparently it's not this room. There's been times where I've played this at night, like alone in a house, and it's scared the crap out of me. Because you just get ambushed by enemies, and wait a minute, what's this? Rooms. Mark. There it is. You've uncovered the legendary Ring of Finaster. Lost for ages, with reverence you add the item to your inventory. Have you ever added anything to your inventory with reverence before? You ever get anything at like the grocery store and you get like you have a craving for Oreos or something and you add them to your cart with reverence? Yum, golden Oreos. That's what I just did. Let's take a look at it. So it's down here, all the way down here. Ring of Finaster. Look at that. Equipping that, it goes from -6 to -12. The Ring of Finaster was made hundreds of years ago by a person who needed good defenses to survive his adventurous life. Thanks to the ring, Finaster lived for hundreds of years, and since then it was passed from person to person. The ring improves its wearer's overall resistance to damage and grants total immunity to poison, spells, and electricity. Still, Finaster was cunning and said to have cursed the ring. It eventually disappears from its holder's possessions and returns to another resting place, uncontent to stay anywhere but with Finaster himself. And that's like the game hinting that like artifacts eventually disappear. And it must take a long time though. So what does it do if you actually equip it? Or use it? Ring of Finaster. You're resistant to shock. You're resistant to poison. You're resistant to spells. You are shielded and you are healthy. And it should also say you are happy. Okay. Now we need to get the hell out of here. Circus peanuts, that's what you add to your cart with reverence. That's very low bar. Circus peanuts. Pick a spell target. So I need to go up here and north. No? No, not that way. A Minotaur? I always thought it was weird their bodies are yellow like that. Shouldn't they be like furry? I don't know. This looks odd. Goodness, how do you even get there? In here this way? Is that treasure? Is that cake? Okay, south, then west. So now that I have an artifact, I can't do another artifact quest. At least until this one disappears. But this is a pretty good one. It doesn't necessarily help me like early on, but definitely does late game. So hopefully I can kind of hold on to it. Most of the times on playthroughs, I only get about one artifact quest. So it's unlikely I'll do another one. Especially this one. This one's like hard to use up. So that it actually disappears. I don't think it's time based. Some gold. The enemies are getting more difficult though, and I'm a bit worried about my shield spell not cutting it. So I think I need to use the spell maker to make like a really powerful one. So that's probably what I'm going to try and do next after selling all the crap. feel like this is the wrong way, but there happens to be treasure. It is the wrong way. How the hell do you get over there? Okay, south, south, south. You go down, you go down, you go down. I went down too far. Oh no! It just feels like it's so different than like other Elder Scrolls games where like you rarely get ambushed. You usually know where the enemies are before they know you're there. But in this game, no way. They just pop right behind you. I find Daggerfall very scary too. Alright, back to Firewatch. Still our home city right now. Oh shit, it's nighttime. Slept for 10 hours. I think I slept for 10 hours last night. Okay, time to sell some shit. So I got a lot of enchanted longswords. All the shops are down there. I feel like my character's encumbered. They're moving slow. And I also need to restart the game. Because it's... You just gotta do that. You can't play the game for... like more than 2 hours without maybe... the game getting a little bit weird on you. $3,000 gold for the mithril helmet. This is fantastic. $450 for that one. Getting some good money for the long swords. 8,062 gold. I feel like some of these marks I can get rid of too. None of them were all that great. So I'm gonna get rid of all of them. Yeah, I don't even know what that one did. I got 29,000 gold now. And that pretty much is what the Elder Scrolls games still are, right? You get to a point where you are rolling in it. Alright, Mage's Guild first. Oh yeah, I said it's restart the game. Let's do that. Yeah, I didn't want the game to be weird. Now that I have that really good item and 29,000 gold. Mage's Guild is directly north. Yeah, detect magic. Let's do that on these. So I know what the hell they are now. Wizard's Fire. Ebony. Is this staff magical? Okay. Spellmaker. So let's do caster only, create a shield. Increase, let's go. $20 hits per level. Well, 25 hits per level. So an initial 25 hit points and then 25 hit points per level. So that means if I cast it, it's going to be 50 and then another 25 for every other additional level. And I'm level 6. So it's going to be like 200 something hits. Casting cost is 125. That's pretty big, but we'll call it strong shield. Strong bad. Strong bad. And what kind of let's go with some potions of healing. Give me like a shit ton of them. Give me 100 of them. Oh, you can't buy. Okay, so max 2 characters. Okay, give me 80 of them. I think you only get charged for encumbrance. You only get charged for the weight of one potion, and then it stacks. So, like, I don't have to. I can carry as many potions, I think, as I need to. Let's go magic items. What do you got? Anything really good? Belt of Intelligence. That's going to give me even more spell points. Firestorm. I was looking for something that's like spell absorption or something. Alright, we'll just stay with that. So where's encumbrance? Max kilo is 134. think it's on the other screen. You're carrying 8 kilograms out of 134, even though I have 80 restore health potions. Alright, so we're ready for a new task, I think. I think so, yeah. Let me mark off Ring of Finaster on my checklist. And then switch over to the randomizer. Another random dungeon! I think our character is pretty good enough to get pretty decently in the main quest, but we haven't gotten the main quest, so it's going to be random dungeon again. And the enemies we're starting to see are a little bit stronger, so it'll be a good test of how good this new shield is. So we've been to this dungeon here, and then I've been to one that's a little bit further west that was in the middle of a lake. So let's go east this time. My character feels slow. I'm only holding 8 kilograms, but is it the weather? What is this, a church? I never checked this. Slightly used. I got the 2 mithril daggers as backup. Not seeing any random dungeons yet to the east. Just checking the music level. Feels loud for me. I don't know if it's loud for anybody else. And then you get in the dungeons and it just like it's so quiet. It's kind of hard to adjust in this game. This looks like a small village and not a dungeon. Why am I moving so slow? That's why I'm jumping, because it's helping me move faster. There we go. There's one to the northeast. Northwest. Northeast. Save. Dungeon start. And am I shielded? I am still shielded, okay. I don't think I've had to use the new shield yet. Crystal of Light. Crystal of Light. Crystal Light. Hope I heard skeletons. Skellies. At this point, I'm kind of rolling in gold. I don't know if I need to cheese it too much anymore. The spell was expensive, yeah. Music level seems fine. Yeah, it's just when I get in dungeons, it gets really quiet, and so I'm trying to find the right balance between the city music, which seems really loud. Cheesy. See, there's a rat eating some cheese. Or a mouse. Just goes... Oh, lizard man. I like how the mouse didn't react to that at all. What? Another lizard man. I mean, cheese would distract me from a lizard man, too. Let's try that new spell. Strong bad. Yeah, it used up a lot of my magicka, but it should keep me shielded for a lot longer than the regular spell. Oh, hello. Death, please. And I'll take this. Thanks. Bye. Here's where that thing I was talking about earlier is a bit weird. Like, where the further you go up, like a building, the more stretched the walls seem to get, to the point that, like, I'm so short I can barely get to, like, the key on doors now. I don't know why that happens, but it's just very odd to me. You become smaller. It's like a Bizarro world or something. Yeah, like Alice in Wonderland. It's exactly. I don't think they intended to do that. I think it's just some weird, like... There's another mouse eating cheese. It's infinite cheese, too. It just keeps going. I hear orcs. Oh, there he is. He may have been slurping up some cheese, too. Well, I think there's all there is to this place. It's just a couple of floors. If only I wasn't lactose intolerant, I could eat infinite cheese. Yes. Actually, I don't know about that. I think everybody has, like, a threshold. I imagine even if you're not lactose intolerant, you might eat enough cheese that your body goes, oh no. But the mouse? Oh, there's a big rat, too. This lock has nothing to fear from you. Well, now it does. Check this out. We got an orc jiggling in here. Treasures. I like I can carry 80 potions of health, and I just picked up like 3 battle axes. No problem. But then you like pick up a ring, and your character will be like, "Oh no, this is too much now. That was just the." Now we're over the threshold. We can't carry this. How do you get out of here? Treasures? Oh, I hear mice. Rats. They're big. If they're big, they're rats. If they're small, they're mice. I gotta get that right. Oh, I got stuck? Oh, it's because of you. You shoot me with a bow at point blank range. How's my shield doing? Oh, there's another guy. So far the shield's working. Treasure? Triple treasure. Oh, this is wonderful. I heard a goal, though. Alright, what do we got? Kite shields are not going to sell for anything. Get rid of them. I don't need 2 bucklers. These broadswords are not enchanted. They're not going to sell for anything. I got like an entire arsenal I'm carrying. Mace. Flail. 2 battle axes. And a partridge and a short bow. What is this amulet? 1. It's the same as... That's worse than that. Okay. Yeah, 80 potion of healing, 19 restore power, and 1 potion of cure disease. And 2,000 gold, too. You can't get away with that in Daggerfall. Daggerfall is so tough when it comes to, like, managing your inventory. Because gold has weight. And I think it's the only game that gold has weight. Kill him. This is the test of the shield. Nice. The goal has nothing usable. Treasure. Treasures. Yeah, this place is just incredible with the treasure. Another amulet. Drop the claymore, the flail. Belt plus 15 to willpower is nice, but maybe later in the game. Amulet plus 25 to willpower, though. Yeah, we're going with that. Here, lizard man. So that sound that the lizard man makes. There's a guard in Daggerfall when you enter the castle. And when you talk to him, he makes that noise. And I've always wondered if he was a lizard man in disguise. He's a secret lizard man. There is no lizard man in Daggerfall. But that guy makes that noise from the lizard. Lizard man noise. Okay. This isn't town. Let's go save. Explore 1. It's another random dungeon down. And need a new task. Kind of jonesing for a main quest here. Okay, miscellaneous quest is fine.
Miscellaneous quest.
Oh, he actually said miscellaneous. He didn't say misc, he said miscellaneous. Even though it says misc. Okay. So back to town. So the way that you get these is just asking people usually. General work. I don't know if you want to make a couple gold pieces, but I've heard there's a remarkably enigmatic individual called Vanna Kimmel to the southwest looking for some help. Tell me where they were, though. But southwest? Okay. Also got some shit to sell. He's at the Thirsty Skull. Where is the Thirsty Skull? West. Right there. For 120 gold pieces, there's a certain person in Dirty Pier. Dirty Pier. That's funny. I don't know if that's intentional, but Dirty Pier, who has something of my liege's. An obsidian skull. I loaned this obsidian skull a few weeks ago, and now I've discovered my liege is returning to Firewatch. If you get this obsidian skull for me, you would... So, okay, so we gotta go Dirty Pier. And then come back for 120 gold. Which I really don't need right now, but hey, that's what the randomizer told me to do. Where is the Dirty Pier? Southwest. Thinking this is it. Yep. Alright, got the skull. Going back. And yeah, this is pretty much what the miscellaneous quests are in the game that you get from the tavern keepers. But occasionally you can get one from, like, he'll tell you to go to the king or the queen, and then they'll give you a way more sophisticated dungeon crawl. Those are a lot more fun, but it's pretty much the same as, like, Skyrim's Radiant quests, right? It's the same randomly generated kind of thing. 120 gold. And so I never understood the hate with, like, Skyrim's Radiant quest system, because it's just like a randomly generated quest. I don't see the problem with that. You have a big open world game. I know there's not like a super deep meaning to it, but they're like, hey, we want you to go clear out this dungeon. Okay. It's just like cheap work that you would do. So that was it for the miscellaneous quest. Mark that as completed. And randomize a new task. Come on, main quest. Nope, another miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous quest.
They're quick, though. Sometimes you have to, like, leave the town and go back to get another one. Nope. fellow over at the Haunted Serpent south of here looking for someone to do a job. Okay. Is this the Haunted Serpent? No, Thirsty Skull. Have we found the Haunted Serpent? No. He said it was south of here, though. Yeah, eventually you start getting a lot less of these. You start getting almost only the dungeon crawl ones. I need somebody. Somebody help me. Where is Haunted Serpent? North now. I didn't think I passed it. What is this? Oh, cool. I'm close enough that he put it on my map. It was right next to the Thirsty Skull. Okay. Some of the design of some of the buildings doesn't quite make sense. They're like TARDISes where like, look how big or small they are. And then they're just way huger on the inside. So like, this one has a door here to the Dirty Pier. And then this one, a door right here. So when you walk in, there should be a door here and they should be connected, right? But they are not. See, there's a whole world in here. $90 gold pieces. Mages Guild wants something. Golden Gut. Oh, it's the same thing. So go to the Mages Guild, get the thing, and then come back. 90 gold is really not great. But I think it's determined by distance, so I think maybe the Mages Guild, yeah, it's like right here. That's why. So the further away it is, I think the more gold you get. I'm here. Can you detect this? Detect this. I mean, he could have gone there himself and got that, and he saved himself the 90 gold. See, that's what, yeah, I gained a level. So you do get experience doing these miscellaneous quests. Not much, though. So this was like 2,300, and I did 2 miscellaneous quests, so you must get like 150 per quest. It's enough to push me this, though. If I do 4 to this, can I... Yeah, get a damage +2. Give me some more spell points. I feel like this character is getting pretty strong. So that's 2 miscellaneous quests down. In a row. Oh, and another one.
Miscellaneous quest.
He says miscellaneous. I don't know if you can hear it. It's low, but he says miscellaneous quest. So we do another one. They're getting me experience. Let's talk to this weird guy. He doesn't know of any. We could be out. I might have to leave and come back. Nope, there we go. Thirsty Anchor. West of here, looking for someone to do a thing. Okay. How far west? There we go. I'm supposed to get a note back from an agent of mine in used merchandise. And he apparently doesn't have legs. So, used merchandise. Where is it? Where is equipment store? Used merchandise. I might be wrong, but I'd look southeast of here. I'm trusting them. How about you? Where is equipment store? Used merchandise. East. Unearthed weapons store. Practical sundries. None of those. Well, what happened? Oh no, it crashed. Yeah, it froze. That's what I was saying, you have to restart the game every once in a while because this kind of thing happens. I did save it after the last one though, so I think I saved it under Town 1. Right, it should be level 7. Yeah. I never updated it either. To level 7. Level 7 before even really doing the Fang Lair or whatever. The first part of Fang Lair, like Stonekeep. I don't think I've ever gone this far without having to do more main quests. Alright, Jiggling Lady. She's gonna have to give us a new fresh... Nope, she didn't want to. Rumors work. Thirsty Anchor again. Thanks. 70s wig. We'll keep it. I'm just gonna keep it. I must have pressed it. Oh, because I said I was level 7. I turned into 70s catfish. I'll just keep it. Alright, I can't remember where Thirsty Anchor is. In... Thirsty Anchor. It'll show me. Is it this right here? It is. See, I loaned a note of sentimental value to someone and used merchandise. Okay, it's the same quest. A sentimental note. I'm really attached to this piece of stationery. And I'll pay 102 gold to get it back from somebody. from a pawn shop or something. Where is it? Used merchandise. Oh, that's the same lady. Okay, we're doing the same thing again. Southeast. And then the other guy told me east. And then I tried to ask a third guy and it froze. Yeah, I was looking around this area. And he told me east. This is probably the guy I tried to ask. Where is equipment store south? Is this it? Yep. I got some stuff to sell while I'm here anyway. Sent you for the note? Damn, I could have used it. Really weird. Alright. Plate armor. Selling that. Anything else? Elven amulet. I can sell that. That's not great. And I think dwarven amulet. Alright. Yeah, I'm 70s catfish. And I did it by accident because I ended up level 7 and typed in 7, which is my hotkey to change the the toggles. So I'm gonna be hippie catfish for a bit. Town. So that was another miss. Oh no, we gotta try to get back to the guy. I haven't finished that yet. To the thirsty anchor. North. $102 gold, and I just want to check experience. 650. So I got 350 experience, I think, from that one. I think it was 23,300. Okay, so you do get a decent bit of experience. You could continue to do miscellaneous quests and actually level up and not have to fight anything. I didn't know that. I don't know if you get experience for, like, the main quest, though. Oh, it was close to main quest that time, but it's going to be random dungeon again.
Random dungeon.
So I gotta find a new random dungeon. So far, the randomizer wheel is resisting main quest. Is there a nearby door? Northeast. Okay, so I've gone west, I've gone north, and I've gone east, so I'm going to sneak around to the backside here. Go south now. Along the city walls, see if I can find a dungeon. Check the map. Not seeing anything yet. Oh, one on an island to the northeast. Dive into the frozen water. Oh. Alright, let's check some things. Save. Still shielded. Crystal light. Mice. Rats. I picked the lock successfully. There's nothing in there though. There's stuff in here. Treasure, 4 gold pieces. 34 gold pieces. And 96. More gold. Break it down. A warhammer. So far only rats are here. Broadsword. Hopefully something's a... Oh, somebody's getting me. Another rat. I'm gonna pick the lock to get out. There we go. 4 gold. That was it. Not too much with this one. Was any of these items enchanted? No. We can drop that. Drop this. Oh, broadsword was enchanted. Okay. Get rid of the warhammer. Used. Yeah, I probably need to get that repaired. Try resting. There's the volcano. And save. So that's day 1 of some Elder Scrolls Random Madness. Got all the way to level 7. I'm actually surprised. But no main quest, only the very first thing. So we marked that random dungeon. So that was the 4th one. So 4 random dungeons. I guess we had the artifact quest. That took up a lot of time. And then 3 of those miscellaneous tavern quests. So a long way to go with Arena still. You never know if the wheel starts giving me main quest after main quest. I've had that happen before. I'd prefer it be this way though, because the main quest, like, there's a point where the main quest gets ridiculously difficult. The dungeons, the difficulty ramps up considerably. I think once you get to like the Crypt of Hearts, like that really gets tough. That really gets tough. So it's nice that my character's level 7 is going to make Stone Keep and Fang Lair, Labyrinthian. It's going to make those a lot easier. So, cool. We got Dark Elf Mage that we created. And probably continue this next Saturday. Maybe I'll keep it a Saturday thing, we'll see. Unless I decide maybe I'll do it on the weekdays, but it was fun. So, I enjoyed it. And if you like it, and you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Twitch, please give a follow or a like. Lets me know if this is a cool thing or not. I think it's a cool thing, so I'm probably going to continue it anyway, but you know, I like feedback. But let's see if anybody else is playing an Elder Scrolls game, or if any of my favorite streamers are streaming. See if anybody's streaming this actual game. I bet I was the only one, but you never know. Yep, I was the only one streaming Arena. That's why I put under retro though, because alright, yeah, I don't really see any cool ones to raid right now, so I'll see everybody next time. See you later.